back to the podcast with Amanda. How
Woo!
do I pronounce your last name, by the way?
Sorry?
How do I pronounce your last name?
Slater.
Amanda Slater. There you go. There you have it.
Yes. Nice.
I was gonna ask you. You have first. Let me just tell you about my favorite movies. You're gonna like this list because there's a story for me to tell of something that happened when we met. So
Okay.
my favorite movies, number one, Interstellar, all time, no doubt. Interstellar, you've watched it, right? You've
I
watched
have
it.
watched it. Yes, it's a great movie.
Okay.
Definitely. I am.
Favorite movie
I am
of all
judging you silently as you name your movies. So continue.
time. Okay. Interstellar, number one, favorite movie of all time, undisputed, undefeated. There's no doubt. It is what it is. It's Interstellar.
Okay.
Number two, number two, number two is Creed two. Creed two.
Okay.
Creed two
Good
is
choice.
number two favorite movie of all time.
Mhm.
Number three is Black Panther. Number three is
I'm
Black
sensing a
Panther.
theme. I'm sensing a theme, but continue.
Number four is The Hateful Eight.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting choice out of Quentin Tarantino movies. I could
I
name
know, I
two
know,
other
I know.
movies that are
Many
better
people
than
would
that
think
one.
that I'm crazy for making this choice. Yeah,
I will criticize you for that. I would definitely choose Jackie Brown over that. I would definitely choose Pulp
Jackie
Fiction
Brown,
over that. I would definitely choose
Glorious Bastard.
Reservoir Dogs over that. But
Yeah,
also Kill Bill as well. Kill Bill 1 and 2 over that. But continue.
I know, but it is what it is. It's The Hateful Eight. And number five is between Birdman and Whiplash. One of those.
Oh my god, okay. So let me tell you about I seen both Birdman. Actually, okay. I've seen Whiplash and I've seen a bit of Birdman. I could not get through it. Like I watched it
Yeah,
like 5
what do
times
you mean?
trying to get through
You're not being
Birdman.
serious. You're not being serious a bit. What the heck does that even mean? A bit. How dare you?
I'm sorry. I tried. I think like
Oh,
because
man.
I've spoken to people like you who love
Oh,
Birdman. And I saw the first time I watched Birdman was in the theater. And maybe like I think it was half an hour into the movie and still nothing was happening. I was like, what's going on here? So we left the theater. I think that was the first movie I ever in my whole entire life where I sat down to watch it, paid for it, and left the theater.
that just doesn't make sense at all.
It just
I've
it makes
spoken to people like you
so
that
tell me.
shit on Birdman. They say, "Oh, I don't understand the movie. What is this about?" And I'm like, "Come on, what the heck? Are you kidding me?"
I didn't finish watching it, so I can't really fairly critique it. But I did try watching it about 3 times, and I get frustrated every single time. Um, so I will not. I will say no more about Birdman. But I'm really interested about your first choice, Interstellar. Out of all the movies that you mentioned, there was like I definitely would say like Whiplash. I would probably put Whiplash over Interstellar.
What the heck? Okay, first,
I
first
would. I would. Interstellar is really good. I'm not gonna lie. It was amazing. It's done.
really good.
It was like
No,
I like the
I'll go on the
storyline.
rant. I will go on the rant.
Go ahead.
I'm ready to go on the rant. But first, before I go on the rant, I have to remind you. I don't know if you remember this because of the second movie. I said that my favorite movie, number two, was Creed two. I
Yeah.
remember we were both in Barcelona,
Yeah.
and you arrived, and we were like, "Oh, let's meet." All that. We went to that burger joint. I don't remember the name.
Oh yeah, that was
The
a good place.
burger joint. Yep, we went there. We started talking about movies. We both passionate about movies and television and all that. And I told you, oh, last night I watched Creed 2. And you were like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, it's dope and all that. And then you asked me, so what's your favorite Rocky movie? And I said, never watched Rocky.
Ah,
And
have you I remember getting upset about that. I do. I do remember getting upset about
what the fuck? I feel like Rocky. What?
Rocky movies are a classic. Okay, there are certain movies that like if you are a movie connoisseur, uh,
Yeah.
it's like one of those things that you have to have had watch. and Rocky
Yeah,
one of them. And also the fact that you watched Creed and you haven't watched any of the Rocky.
yeah, yeah. So that's another story that really did happen. You really did it, man. But I still have not watched Rocky,
Oh,
so
that's what I was about to ask. You still haven't watched it.
no, still haven't watched it. But that's that. But
You're
on Interstellar, I will tell you the reason Interstellar is my favorite movie is because that movie on so many aspects touches my soul, man. It touches my soul. From the beginning, you're seeing this guy that is a has come to have no option but be a farmer. He has no option. The world is to shreds. You don't need engineers. He has no option, just like everybody else, to be a farmer. But his mind and his soul is not there. He saw the flying thing, the fucking jet or whatever that was flying around, and he got so happy. He was like, "Yo, let's chase it." He's a trailblazer. He can't. His heart pumps when he's looking at his future and innovation and whatnot. He's a dreamer, and at any opportunity he goes for that. But at the same time, he loves his daughter so much. His relationship with his daughter, that relationship is beautiful, man. She make me cry every time I watch, man. His relationship with his daughter, and then how they always together, and how they were both led towards the facility in NASA. And anyway, and it's just me seeing this man that really cannot settle in life, that is always pushing forwards to the future, to what is going to be, and then he gets at a point where he has to choose between that and his daughter, which he loves so dearly. And then he manages to be like, you know what? I care about both of these things. Let me make them both work out. I will make it work out. And at no second he forgets about his daughter, but also at no second he forgets about the mission at hand. And it's just, he's a trailblazer. He cannot settle, and the love guides him, and his wisdom guides him. It's a story about love and just purpose. It's I can't even talk about that movie without shedding a little bit of a tear. That movie is amazing. It's that's the blueprint to for life well lived, in my opinion. God damn it.
right. Yeah, definitely. It was a great, great film. I mean, um, I like the obviously the relationship
Be
aspect.
careful with your words. Be careful with your words. We might end this friendship right now in the next 10 minutes.
I was just about to say like the relationship the relationship aspect of the film is really well done. There's so many different relationships going on, like obviously the relationship between him and his daughter, the relationship between I think one of the astronauts that go there, I think was the Anne Hathaway character and
Yeah, exactly.
her fiance. And then there's the relationship with like uh Matt Damon's character, I think, and his own ego and like his own self of worth. Like his
Yeah,
selflessness in that movie is like whoa, like out of this. Sorry, excuse me. Like it's out of this world. Like this guy lied. Like he flipping
yeah,
dude, like thinking because they went because they felt like his planet was viable,
yeah,
literally went to his planet, um they literally went to his planet to save him, and like once they did that they had no way home kind of thing, right?
yeah,
Because
exactly.
they thought that his planet was the planet and they're gonna go home. But since he lied, they're like, okay, so we still don't have a viable planet to live. This guy, like, he frustrated me so much. Like, I love
Isn't that
Damon. I love his movies. I love like what he does. But like after that movie, I was like, yo, I was almost like Jimmy Kimmel on like one of his specials and saying F Matt Damon. Like um, but yeah, definitely great movie. I loved the space aspect of it. Like I'm one of those
It
people
was beautiful. It was beautiful. Oh my god.
I love when like movies do a really great job like depicting outer space. Obviously I've never been outer space to outer space at all. But like the depiction of it and like how it makes you feel like you're lonely and you're cold and you're so detached from
Ooh, that's gravity.
they've done a really good job of like making them letting them know that they actually are alone. And then also, um, what was really really sad is when they went on that planet, they left one astronaut on the spaceship, and they went down to the planet, and they were literally down there for like maybe a couple of like maybe an hour or a couple of minutes. I'm not even sure. It was very short. And they come
Yeah.
back, and the astronaut that they left on
It's old.
has
Yeah.
aged years. And like his story when they come back, he's like, I've waited and I waited and I waited and I waited.
That movie is close to perfect, man.
Like
That movie is.
that one bit in the movie, like out of all like bits, that was heart wrenching. Like imagine being alone for so long and like
And out of space.
to wait. Like imagine like just wanting to give up. Like that emotion must have been so strong and so prevalent. And like they didn't really touch on it, which is sad. Like they should have touched a little bit on like how depressed he was. Like he just had his little speech, and then everyone was sad for a bit, and then they kind of went on their business. Do you know what I mean? Um, that could have been explored just a little bit, but obviously it's already a long movie. There's so many more other aspects to explore. But another thing that I'm probably going to be talking about in my podcast, I'll probably watch Interstellar just for him. Is that like black stories are not really told. Like he's in the movie and he's a character just like everybody else, but like his story and his arc is kind of like literally 5 minutes of the movie. Do you know what I mean?
I
Um,
know, but you can criticize Interstellar. That's my favorite movie. You
okay,
can do
yeah.
that.
I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna do Interstellar on my podcast. Just
Um,
you know what? I'll probably you know what? I'll make it my first episode. Like I'll put it in order and I'll put this one as the first one.
you can criticize Interstellar.
And
Definitely.
I'm like, this is for you.
Nah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
great movie.
that movie was amazing. That movie was amazing.
I have
Mm.
a question for you though. What is your favorite cult classic kind of movie? So like, Breakfast Club, you know, Ferris
Goodfellas.
Day Off.
Goodfellas.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Yep.
Definitely one of the best movies there. Like,
That movie is something else, man.
so
That
like, is
movie is
that
something
one of
else.
your favorite mafia movies? Because like, there's so many. There's like Godfather. There,
Godfather 2. Godfather 2.
Godfather 2.
Yeah.
Godfather
I don't flinch. I know my movies. I don't flinch. I know all of them.
What about Untouchables? Have you watched that?
Which one?
Untouchables,
No, I've not watched it. Nah.
Roscoe.
No.
All right, so you know your movies, but you don't know your mafia movies. It's okay.
The mafia movies. I know my Godfathers, Goodfellas, and everything Scorsese. Mean Streets, Gangs of New York,
Everything Scorsese.
everything Scorsese. Mean Streets, Gang of New York's, The Irishman, all of it. I know all of it.
Irishman, Departed, really good. Definitely Goodfellas.
Departed.
If you like,
Yeah.
definitely Goodfellas for sure. Um, but yeah, like the Goodfellas, Donnie Brasco. I would definitely say Donnie Brasco and Goodfellas are like one of the top two because what's Johnny Depp did an amazing job in Donnie Brasco. And Al Pacino, like for the first time, well, not the first time, but like his role in Donnie Brasco was like he was definitely he wasn't his like typical role. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
He
Okay.
played like he wasn't like one of the main mafia people. Do you know what I mean? He's
Okay.
definitely one of the respected, kind of respected, but he has like you know what it is? Okay, like kind of put it in perspective of like you're working at a company like, in regards to the mafia. But you have your top boss, you have like the two people that are under him, and then you have like a bunch of underlings, and then you have middle
Yeah.
management, right? And Al Pacino is
Yeah.
kind of like middle management in Donnie Brasco, and he's unable to like break that ceiling into like to the higher tier. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And like his story is kind of sad in the fact that like he finds this young guy and he's like he's doing well in the mafia and he's like he brings him up and stuff like that and like he vouches for him and because he's respected and people know him, he's like, all right, we'll bring this guy in. And that wait, have you seen Donnie Brasco?
Me? No, I've not. But you're spoiling it.
Sorry, I will not. I will. You know what? I won't spoil it because I actually want you to watch this movie and I want you to love it.
Okay. How? Let me watch this. Donnie Brasco.
Write it down right now. Um,
Okay. 1997. Okay.
Donnie Brasco, amazing. I'll just leave it at that. I'll stop because I don't want to. I know a lot of people who are spoiler people, and I hate them about. Like I always.
You just become one of them. We
I'm not.
both have
I'm
become.
not a
We
spoiler
both have
person.
become one of them.
No, I'm not. Another good mafia movie is Casino. I loved
Oh
Robert.
yeah, I watched this one. Wait, did
Ooh,
I watch Casino? I have it, but I don't think I've watched it. Yeah, I have it
I've
though.
watched that movie like over and over and over. Like
Wow.
you've seen it. You've seen it, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
No.
Okay, I will not spoil it. Please watch that movie, please.
Yeah. I watched Donnie Brasco and Casino and Casino.
It's, you know,
And there's so much more. You know what else I wanted to know from you?
and
I
the
wanted-
Untouchables and the Untouchables.
What and what?
The Untouchables.
Oh, okay. I'll put my list: Donnie Brasco, Casino, and Untouchable. And I was saying there's so much more that I want to talk to you. You know what I wanted you to talk about your background in film, because at a certain point in high school you were actually making films, and when you told me that, I was like, you're the real deal. You're actually in the editing room, editing the films, editing the audio, and making actual films. And I really wanted to talk about that.
Yes,
But
in high school we had like this tech class where um essentially our teacher was like would make up like these projects randomly on the go. So like our first project was like something called like claymation. So I'm not sure if you ever watched a show called Pengu on like PBS or anything like that.
no.
Like okay, so claymation is basically you make essentially you make these like miniature little characters and stuff like that and it like has essentially like no sound. You can add sound if you want to, but like for the purpose of our project, we didn't add any sound. And essentially, it was just like literally we made these characters out of clay, and we would have to like create a scene, and based on like what how we positioned the individual characters, we would the person who would have to get what is happening on
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
and how it was done is that like we would press record and then have the character in one spot, press stop, move it an inch, press record,
Oh,
stop, move it an inch, and it was literally like that. So the camera was like standstill and you move the character like a little bit at a time, and it was just I forget what the actual term is for that, but it was like basically just like it was filmed just like as a stop go stop go stop go,
yeah.
and then when you would play it back in full, it was almost like one seamless movement of the character kind of thing. We started like that, then we moved up to like making our own like short films and stuff like that. And one of the bigger projects that we did was me and a group of like three other guys. We were all obsessed with Star Wars, so we wanted to like create our own like lightsaber.
I hated episode 9, by the way. Episode 9 was trash. But yeah.
A lot of things about that series. They went so wrong with Star Wars that they could have went so
Yeah.
many different ways, but they chose the worst way possible. I don't understand, but I understand they had some issues because one of the actresses passed away.
Yeah.
So they
So,
weren't able
yeah.
certain things. But yeah, so like we did this lightsaber kind of battle thing and like editing and creating like the lightsaber effect was like one of the funnest things ever. Like
And
doing the battle itself, like fighting and like having to record certain things backwards or like pretend that you're using the force, like having to have the actor do certain things in certain ways, so it made it look like they were actually using the force in the film, was really interesting and fascinating. Um, and I don't know. I wish actually, I think I might still have it, but it's on VHS. Um,
Ooh, I don't know how you're gonna play that.
honestly, I
I
think
don't
I'm
know.
trying to convert VHS to. I don't even know. I
I don't know where you're gonna play that. Have you ever thought of going back to making movies, writing movies, or whatever?
have I thought about doing that. Yeah. For sure. It's like usually when I have like my like 30 minutes of like daydreaming during the day and stuff like that, I it's usually me thinking about a movie or like a scene in a movie or like a character that I've developed in my mind and like how this scene would go and like what the interactions are. So I definitely daydream scenes of multiple scripts and shows or ideas that I've thought up during the time, and just like, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is where the character's development's going to go, kind of thing. And like,
Yeah.
this is what he would say, and this is his reaction, and how it would happen. And but like, I haven't actually started writing it down until recently. So um,
Okay.
definitely exploring all those types of avenues. We'll see where it goes. See if any of the ideas actually have um, holds any value or if anybody's interested in them, but we'll see. Um, yeah, it's
You
definitely
gotta,
progress. Definitely work in progress.
you gotta make it happen. You gotta get on that, and I, yeah, you have to get on that eventually. Doesn't have to be tomorrow, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think you make great movies. I don't know why I have a feeling, even though you say that Interstellar was just good, and you say some other crazy nonsense that I don't understand sometimes, like Birdman. But regardless of all of that, I think you will make great movies. But now we've hit the 1 hour, and I know this was supposed to be 25 minutes, and then we were like, 45 minutes, and then it turned into an hour. But I think we can close it at this. It was the perfect
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
it was a
Hopefully,
perfect point to close. Yeah, Amanda just promised us that she's gonna make movies, so that's
what?
exactly where we close.
What? I did not promise any such thing.
That's exactly where we close, so we can hold her accountable in the next 40 years or 30 years. Yeah.
Hopefully, this hopefully in the next couple of years that actually does come true, and then I get to reflect and like listen to this podcast and be like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like how ridiculous did I sound back then. um, it'd be something really cool to like look back onto for sure, and this was definitely really fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
Thank
it.
you.
Honestly, I wish we had more time because I feel like we haven't even touched the surface, scratched the surface. There's like I didn't even mention my ridiculous love for Fast and the Furious movies. Um,
Ooh, that would be. You know what? We have to make a part two.
that
I
is
have a few.
another story
I
for
have a
another
few.
day. Um,
I have a few more guests lined up, but after that, we're definitely gonna do a part two because I love talking to you about movies and I love movies. So it's like it's too much. We have to do a part two eventually.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely. We can definitely get more in depth about the movies and stuff like that, especially um, like especially storylines. I love storylines and story arcs. It's my favorite thing about movies altogether is like character development. If a movie doesn't have character development, I'm just like
then what are you doing not watching Manchester by the Sea?
I'm not.
This does not.
Anyways, I will leave it at that. Yeah, but this was definitely fun. Thank you for inviting me on your show. I really appreciate it, and
Appreciate you.
um,
Appreciate you.
I can't wait to have you as a guest on my podcast.
Ooh.
That'd be interesting for sure.
That'll be exciting. I'll be very excited. I'll be very excited. and I would say some shit to upset you too, just like you talk about Birdman. I'll find
Listen,
something.
I didn't do
You know
anything
what I do?
purposely to upset you. It's just the truth.
I will watch The Sound of Music and I'll find anything wrong with that movie.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay.
And I'll come back to you like, oh, what about this in Sound of Music?
Okay.
But yeah, I
All right.
appreciate you for taking the time and joining me in this podcast. It means a lot to me. And yeah, this is one of my favorite episodes because it's dope as fuck. And we'll definitely do a part two.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Perfect. Have a lovely day and
No, no, no. We're gonna keep rolling for like 5. I'll just hit stop. Everybody, go, go. Bye, 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 bye. It's over. It's over. 1 hour. We're just gonna. I'm just gonna tell her bye in private because I don't want this to finish. Just bye. It's over the podcast. Okay.
bye
Thank you.
guys. Thanks for having me.
I think I'm being a little bit rude, but thank you. I really appreciate your support for sticking to it through this 1 hour. If you've made it to this 1 hour, and there's a little bit of a change. I've been doing this podcast once a week, every Sunday, but I think we'll push it to 3 times a week because fuck it. I can't wait. I usually can't wait until Sunday to talk to the people that I want to talk to. So I'll wait. I'll make it 3 times a week: Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. That way, I don't have to wait for nothing. And yeah, I hope you stick to. It was a pleasure doing this for you. And bye bye.